How do you think about portfolio construction? And when so many of the companies we've spoken about today are mega caps, how does that sort of play a part?
Again, Bryce, that is an excellent question. So,
Thank you.
Because, and it is a central question, right? People say you are not diversified, and to which we say 40%-ish, 30%-ish of the revenue that comes into all of the companies in which we invest comes from the US. The rest comes from offshore. Point one. So it's globally. So Google might have its home base in Mountain View, California, right? But it generates revenue in Europe, Australia, Latin America. Its revenue bases are broad, right? So that's point one. And you can say that for NVIDIA. You can say that for TSMC. All of those revenue bases are not just based in American only. They are broadly based. So that's point one. And that goes to diversification, which, as they say, is the only free lunch in investing, and so it is. The second point about the diversification is, yes, the companies are disruptive in the way they execute the business, but the business that they are executing is broad. Amazon is a retailer. Remember, it executes its business using technology, but fundamentally, it's a retailer. Yes, it's got a cloud business as well. That is a technology based business, but half the company is retail based. Mercado Libre, which is the Amazon of Latin America, is a retail organization in Latin America that executes its business online. So it's revenue diversification in Latin America and business retail, not technology. Technology is the how, not the what. John Deere, tractor maker, right? So that's a very, been around for 100 years. The tractors now are being made intelligent. Why are they being made intelligent? Because the tractors now have sensors in them, and the sensors can tell you the individual health of every single seed that's planted. Yeah. Because they know to the millimetre where that seed went. They know what the soil is like in that particular spot, and when they come through for the harvest and they see that it didn't work in that 10 square metres, they say something's wrong with this 10 square metres of soil. They do their analysis on it, they discover it needs this or that or doesn't get enough sunshine or water or whatever. They amend it and they make that previously infertile 10 square metres fertile. That is technology driving agriculture and food production. No farmer can know the individual state of every single seed, but a cloud-based set of chips, they absolutely can know grid by grid, centimetre by centimetre what's going on. So that's a diversified business that's in what you would call old school manufacturing, with you would call it Internet of Things, right? So the sensor that tells you how moist the soil is, et cetera, is on the plant ahead, as it were, and gathering data as it crawls across the land.
That's wild.
It may be wild. It's behind the deer going from $100 to $500. That we've ridden that. Well, I don't think we're in it now, but we have ridden it consistently for almost 10 years. So that's that goes to diversification. Cybersecurity, right? Companies, Woolworths, Telstra, they have to know when their network is breached. So yes, that is a sort of a technology business in a way. Well, it is a technology business, but it's about the integrity of the network. So it's a second order technology business, and maybe that is a pure technology business. So that is, you could class that as not diversified, but I think it is diversified because where it gets its revenue from is not by selling chips, as it were. It's a software business. Yeah. Many of these businesses have software underlying them. We're in Netflix, right? It uses technology, but it's a content it's a film business. It's a film and television business. So that's a very analog business, right? Getting people in front of cameras in remote locations, making stuff that you want to watch, like Handmaid's Tale or Breaking Bad or whatever it is. So that's a highly diversified. That is not a technology business. Yes, it uses technology, but that's a content business, right? So there's that one. Uber, right? It uses technology to route cars from place A to place B to place C, but it's a transport business. Right? There's nothing more analog than picking a bloke up and taking him across town and charging him a fee. Yeah, they do it via the technology is the how they do it, but the what they do is transportation, and they do it globally. So it's not correct to say it's an undiversified portfolio. We own Instacart, which is like an Amazon competitor for, again, for retail. It uses technology, but it's a e-commerce play. Adyen, another company, which is people have been using credit cards for 20, 30 years, et cetera. This uses technology to massively cut the costs of processing the billions of transactions that happen every day on a credit card. But it aggregates all of those up, uses technology to deliver lower prices to consumers. It's a finance story, right? It's about